Hey, this is GatorX, and this morning was the Pokemon Direct. It was so good, so let's go ahead and quickly just talk to it about it, break it down. So, of course, as per usual, I'm not going to play the full trailer or anything, but how this Direct went about is we got a trailer and then we just got a little breakdown of it. Very likely you've seen the trailer, but just going to be going through it real quick and talking about it. So, for the most part, okay, this trailer is so good, honestly. We get to see a little more of the region, a few more of the places here and there. We get our rival here who, his name is Hop, I suppose. They later let us know that he's the son of, or not the son, the younger brother of the champion. So that's pretty neat. It's mostly flashing here. This is the Professor Magnolia, and Sonia, her granddaughter. So, cool stuff setting up the characters. Again, watching the trailer for yourself is just kind of like a little better of a thing. But one great thing is, they show you this wild area between towns, and it's so crazy because it's just huge and wide open. And, again, a lot of people have been saying stuff like, Pokemon Breath of the Wild, come on, give us Pokemon Breath of the Wild. Basically, this is basically it, guys, with the wild area. Of course, when you get into cities and towns, it's probably going to be a little more like streamlined, but with some of the announcements they gave us, we actually have control of the camera in this area. I think this is a great idea. It seems like we're still going to have like basic wild encounters, but Pokemon are still going to be roaming around to a degree in this wild area, so that's really neat. And they're saying, Pokemon are going to change based on, weather and time and stuff. As we see, it's night, and we got some ghost Pokemon roaming around. Like, 100%, this is such a good idea to just have this huge wide area of Pokemon just roaming around. And again, like I said, there's still going to be basic wild encounters in the grass, and I don't know to what degree they're going to be combining them, but I think that was like just the great logical choice. And again, having control of the camera in this area is just amazing. We do get to see the new thing going on here. Well, like when I saw this, I thought it was like great idea. Where's like a good, there, the Dynamax Pokemon, and unfortunately, it's a new gimmick, which is something that I didn't want. But when I saw it, I was hoping that it would be implemented in maybe a certain way. We do see that Dynamax Pokemon, like, you can also have your Pokemon go Dynamax. It's basically big Mega Evolution, I guess, but without making new designs, and it only lasts for 3 turns, and this and that, like. This right here, though, is an amazing idea, to have Dynamax raids. When I saw this, I was like, raid battle, like co-op gameplay in Pokemon through local wireless or online. That is amazing. That is legitimately just the best idea, I think, for something new. This is basically raid battles from Pokemon Go just brought into the main series game. It's beautiful. A new way to do things, to just have to have Pokemon. I can't even speak. It's so amazing. Again, I'm not like super excited about the fact that like, Dynamaxing is basically Mega Evolution, and that like we can also have our Pokemon go Dynamax during gym battles. It looks cool, but for that being brought into like competitive play and like and basic one-on-one battles, I'm not super jazzed about it. But like I think it should have stayed a separate mechanic as for raids, because these are basically like. When I saw this, it's basically like Totem Pokemon, but even bigger, right? Which I think is a cool and great idea for raid battles like this, right? But for friendly one-on-ones or whatever, or gym leaders, that's I don't know. We do get to see the gym. We get to see this absolute unit here, which is the gym leader. They talk about him a little more later, and we get to see these 2 Dynamax Pokemon. Like, okay, I think it would look cool. Basically, just kaiju battles between Pokemon, but I kind of want this thing to stay in like the main story of the game. I kind of don't want it to be a feature for like one-on-one battles. We do get get to see a little more of the region, which is great. This looks like it's one of the earlier towns, not like the first one, but great. We get to see the train there. Oh boy, it's the train to Kalos. And then Masada and Amori come on for a bit, and they're kind of talking to us about things. They let James Turner take over for a bit to talk about the new Pokemon, which that's great. I think I didn't even think we'd get new Pokemon. I thought we'd see a little more of the region. Again, my main predictions were like Legendaries box art release date, which we got all that at the end. But yeah, we get to see the new Pokemon. We got a sheep one, which I had been putting it off, but I was working on a video talking about new Pokemon ideas in terms of like types that I'd like to see. One idea I had was a goat, but hey, we got a sheep here. It's a cute little sheep. I'm glad we get this. I hope this evolves into something else. It's got braids. A sheep Pokemon called Wooloo. What's interesting, this seems like an early route legendary. This seems like an early route Pokemon. I'm guessing, maybe it'll probably be normal type. But what'd be funny is if this is the early route normal Pokemon and then just like cuts off the whole thing of like rodents. Because I don't know, was Bidoof even really a rodent? Could you, and well, on top of that, Yungoos isn't even technically a rodent, is it? Are they? Like weasels aren't rodents or something? I don't know, but this is a great this is a cute little Pokemon. It's even fluffier than Mareep, but it's still like pretty distinct from Mareep. So I'd like to see how that evolves going forward. The next Pokemon is this one. What was its name? Something Fleur. Yeah, Gossifleur. It's a really neat Pokemon, and it evolves into that big cotton Pokemon that we see in the gym battle. Which I forget that one's name. He mentions it, but it's a cute little Pokemon, good little grass type. It's getting Kalos vibes from this one, but it's not a bad thing. The next one I'm all about though. It's this big, snapping turtle basically. What's his name? Dreadnought. That was it. Dreadnought was his name. So good. I mean, like, okay, blue, sharp teeth, aquatic. Hey, I'll take that. Spikes is basically a Totodile if he were a turtle. Well, okay, mean Totodile. Well, mean for alligator if he were a turtle. This seems like it's a single stage one because they only talked about evolutions for Gossifleur. Very neat. Obviously, seems like it's going to be a water type. Could potentially be part dark type, but I don't know. Probably just going to be water. This one definitely a dark type. My boy, Corviknight. This is such a good like Pokemon. They showed all these Pokemon just briefly, in the trailer before breaking them down, which was a great idea because it's like, whoa, what is that? And it builds hype and everything. It seems we're gonna get to see them flying around. They said that is gonna be part of like a taxi service that can bring you places. I think that's a great idea. This one definitely looking like a single stage Pokemon, or maybe it evolves from a cute little crow. But I mean, more crows the merrier. To Eldegoss, with Eldegoss, maybe like yeah. It's a big cotton Pokemon. Really neat. Like a whole section for breaking down Pokemon. I did not think we'd get like new Pokemon in this direct. Aside from the legendaries, I thought the legendaries would be the only ones. But funny enough, they didn't even really talk about the legendaries a whole lot. They go into the wild area, which again, I think this is like just such a great and beautiful idea. Like I think just this is natural progression for Pokemon, having wild area like this, and again, a way to, it seems like it does combine the wild encounters because there's still grass there and everything, but there still are also roaming Pokemon. The big thing is just like they let you explore the moving camera, again, the whole thing of like, make Breath of the Wild into a Pokemon game, which I didn't want that to be like a full idea, but incorporating elements of like a lot, like the music that's playing during the direct and the trailer just straight up sounds like Breath of the Wild music. But thank you, congratulations, guys, you've done it. This is the best idea to relegate this to like the wild areas, to like well, not even like fully gameplay wise, but just the sense of like the scope and the exploration, right? And they're still sneaking back, so it seems like that's a thing. I'd like them to end up talking a little more about like sneaking wild encounters, but also roaming Pokemon, because overall that'd be pretty neat. If it's a thing of like there's still basic wild Pokemon in grass, but then some of them will come out and just walk around like a Golurk, just bopping by. They show a freaking Steelix floating around. They talk more about the Dynamax Pokemon, and just mentioning it, that's where they say, it lasts 3 turns, and it's just, like, I think it's a cool idea, and like I said, definitely I'm 100% on board using it for raid battles, because having co-op gameplay for Pokemon, something like that is, I think, what we needed to shake things up, but keep things the same, basically, in terms of, like, a new way to play, and not just that, but a new way to play with people. And and but still keeping it basically the same. Again, like I said, it's like raids from Pokemon Go just brought into just brought into the main series game. Like, beautiful, amazing. Again, you know, more confirmation of like character customization, because look at all them being different. I think that's, you know, that's gonna be so great to be with my friends. Of course, it looks like it's gonna only be like 4 people, but I mean, hey, that's fine. And then that's basically it. Then they go to talk about the new characters. Let's see, this guy, Leon the Champion. I'm not a fan of his design. I think he's all weird with that little beard down there, but I don't know. I'm getting some villain vibes from this guy for whatever reason. Super extra with his cape or cloak or whatever for being the champion. He seems pretty cool. He's got a Charizard also. They talk about your rival, Hop, which again, they mention that he's like the younger brother of the champion. He seems still friendly again, but maybe they'll have something, you know, going along with his story, I suppose, with yeah, again, with him being like the younger brother of the champion. Younger brother, right? Yeah, that's something like that. You know, if you listen to the GatorX podcast, you'll know that Bait was one of the people who's saying, you know, I want there to be a good rival again. So you know, hopefully this is something like he still seems like, you know, a pretty like basic friendly rival as you see here. But maybe things will change as the story progresses. Again, I think there's some potential with him being related to the champion. Let's see. Get to see. Where is he? Hang on, sorry, I gotta scrub through things to try to find without like actually playing. We get to see the professor here, Professor Magnolia, some old lady, but I mean that's fine because we didn't have an old lady professor. We did have Professor Juniper in Generation 5, and then which, you know, she was nice and young. We were getting young professors for a while there, guys. We're back to old professors, because yeah, Gen 5 Juniper was young, Gen 6 Sycamore was young, Gen 7 why am I forgetting his name, Kukui was young, but now we got an old professor back again with bringing that experience, but it's not without Sonia, her granddaughter, which, oh my gosh, this woman is, oh sheesh, oh man, this woman's beautiful. I hope we get to see a whole lot of her. But anyway, that's basically... Oh, no, wait. We get to see the absolute unit here. Milo, the grass-type gym leader. Like, what is up with this dude just being so big up here? It's probably all that gardening work. You build up those muscle, which I guess I got to get back to gardening. But yeah, he's grass-type gym leader. It seems like we're going to get to Dynamax battle him. But for the most part, that's it. They do show off the legendaries in a little cinematic at the end. What were their names? Like, honestly, I was real surprised that the legendaries were just Sword and Shield Wolf, like we had predicted, because, you know, there's a wolf on the sword and a wolf on the shield for the Pokemon games. Like, I don't know. There could have been more. They talk about their names. What were their names? I'm gonna look dumb if I don't remember their names or don't have them handy. Honestly, if I'm being genuinely honest, I don't care about the names of these legendary Pokemon so much. I think they're just okay. I'm not like 100% sold on them or anything, but they're pretty neat. All right, here we go. The sword legendary is called Zacian, Zamazenta, which interesting. We got Z names, and with the cinematic, you know, they clash, and then like at the very end of it, they both like look up, and it seems like something else is coming. So probably like some third alternate legendary or whatever. Again, like I said, we'd probably get the box art. Release date, cool, November 15th. Unfortunately, it's not the October release date that I really wanted, because I just want the games as soon as possible. But November 15th, I guess that's fine. Clearing my entire schedule for that whole week now that I know, so I can go ahead and just play these games. The box art, I don't think it looks that good. Then again, Pokemon box art I don't think has really looked very good. Maybe that's something I'll talk about later, but I think there's a little too much white, and the white kind of makes it feel plain or basic. We're also going to get a double pack for both games. I already pre-ordered each game individually, but maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll even get like a double pack on top of that. But point is, that is it for this Pokemon Direct. It was so good, honestly. Overall, I'm on board with everything. I love it all. Again, you know, I'm not like the legendary designs. I think are just okay. Dynamax, I'm not excited for it competitive wise and like just peer to peer wise. But as a raid idea, that is absolutely amazing. Having raid battles and having like a wild explorable area, just it's exactly what we needed for Pokemon to, like, again, shake things up, but keep it the same. It's more natural progression. But anyway, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. What do you think of just everything in this Direct? We're going to be talking a lot more about it later this week in terms of more discussion, more theory stuff. But anyway, if you enjoyed the content, remember to leave a like, subscribe, show your support. You can, of course, check out all my other channels linked in the description. I won't keep you here too long talking about that. But again, the GatorX podcast, where we just chit-chat about all this cool Pokemon stuff, you can go ahead and listen to that. There was an episode on Friday that was all real cool. But anyway, remember to leave a like, subscribe, show your support, all of that cool stuff. You can enable notifications by clicking the bell icon next to the subscribe button. This will make sure that you see each new video as it comes out, and will make you a member of the Dynamax Chingling squad. Anyway, this has been GatorX. Have a nice day.